take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
It's time!
It's Sunday, September 19th, 2021. This is the Church of MMA podcast. My name is Tabor Cragen.
My name is Mason Knight. This is episode 91, Smith versus Spann recap. After that, we jump into some MMA news, and then we talk about the highly anticipated UFC 266 International Fight Week preview show. But before all that, Tabor, where do we begin?
Social media accounts, Mason, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Getter, Gab, at The Church of MMA. Guys, it's the same everywhere. Go to thechurchofmma.com. You will have all the links there, not only to our audio podcasting platforms, YouTube channel, everything you need to follow us at. And guys, if you have to pick one, go to our Instagram. So when we stay up to date the most on, posting funny memes, clips of the show. We're trying to make you guys laugh. Hit us up.
Absolutely. Be sure to smash that subscribe button as well. We are at 1,043 subscribers. Let's hit 2,000 before the end of the year.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's really get that push. More content coming soon, guys. Also, Patreon. We just got another Patreon subscriber.
Yes, we did.
Thank you so much. All of that money goes right back into the show. We are saving up for new cameras and even more professional equipment to up their production value.
So shout out to Joe. Thank you for being a new Patreon subscriber.
Thank you so much. So exclusive vlogs and exclusive podcasts, audio-only podcasts coming very, very
And what's
soon.
cool about our Patreon exclusive podcasts is they're called the Second Service because this is the Church of MMA. But we do not exclusively talk MMA on those podcasts. We talk about all types of things that, the old YouTube or whatever probably wouldn't let us talk about. Talk about current events, joking around, messing around. So it's a really good time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Go check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into this card.
Doing those Patreon exclusive podcasts, it was almost as fun as watching an event like last night. Because that was a fun fucking card, Mason.
Oh, it was. Oh, I thought you were talking shit about the card. I thought it was a great card, if I'm being honest.
No. It was a great card.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Get the co-main and main really delivered. Let's start at the top like we always do.
Let's do it.
Anthony Smith, Ryan Superman Spann. I'm not going to lie. This is kind of what I expected. Anthony Smith looked fantastic. He was having great footwork, and he caught the counter strikes. It was very impressive. Superman's fucking big. The commentators are really talking about it, and I didn't notice something that he was walking around like 230 usually for a big weight cut like that. Like, fuck, that's got to be so draining. Maybe a 225 division, he'd be way more successful, but nonetheless, he did get finished by an Anthony Smith rear naked choke after he set up a few nice counter shots. Is this what you saw coming?
No, absolutely not. And I owe personally Anthony Smith an apology because I was one of those guys that I really thought Ryan Spann was an up-and-coming guy. I really thought that he was going to get the job done. And it's not that I completely counted Anthony Smith out because we often forget. This man's only 32, 33 years old. But I think over the course of his career, he's had well over 50 fights. Professional mixed martial arts fights. So you kind of take that and you go, wow, this man's weathered. Can he really stay in this top echelon in this light heavyweight division? And I think he answered that with flying colors, man. I'm telling you. A first round, super impressive performance. That's now two really impressive performances. First round finishes by Anthony Smith, taking out Jimmy Crute in that first round not too long ago. And now a guy like Ryan Spann. We got to start talking about Anthony Smith back in the conversation as top 5 light heavyweight of the world. I mean, I know he was sitting at 6, but now we got to put him at top 5. He deserves a guy. Called out Alexander Rakic after this fight, which I love. I love that rematch. He feels like that one was kind of taken away from him, and he wants that. So I like it.
I don't like that rematch as much, just because I think Alexander Rakic is in a position for a number 1 contender fight. And Anthony Smith.
Did you see Rakic though? Said he was ready in December.
I know. I'm just that matchup doesn't excite me as much as maybe a winner of this Thiago Santos Johnny Walker fight that we're coming into in the next couple weeks. Anthony's. I think Rakic beats him. I think Rakic is just that much better on the feet, that much more technical. But I do think Anthony Smith can be back in the mix. It's just I think he needs the right matchup, which is why I'm saying maybe Johnny Walker, Thiago Santos, maybe a Dominic Reyes coming off that loss. I just think Rakic is set up for a number 1 contender fight, maybe with the Jiri Prochazka.
Here's my only problem with that now with Anthony Smith. He's fought 2 guys who were lower ranked than him and smoked them both in the first round. So what do? Give him another guy that's lower ranked than him? I mean, how often do you see that in the UFC where a guy wins 3 fights in a row from lower ranked guys and or 2 fights in a row, and then you give him another lower ranked guy?
Yeah, Dominic Reyes, a Thiago Santos.
Yeah. At some point, he's got to fight higher. You know, I don't like the Johnny Walker fight for him, but Johnny Walker's fighting.
Well, if he beats Thiago Santos, that's going to be a top 5 matchup. That's going to be a fight you win to get that number 1 contender fight.
Yeah, maybe so, but I do like the Dominic Reyes matchup.
Plus, Magomed Ankalaev is going to fight Volkan Ozdemir soon. The winner of that fight's going to need a big matchup. This division is fucking rolling right now. So it's very exciting to see. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe they do the Rakic rematch, but Rakic, he's in a position where he can say no, in my opinion, but who knows? Who knows? If he wants to stay active, if he wants to stay busy, if the Jiri Prochazka is the guy and does not need to fight again, then yes, maybe we should make that matchup. I think the ball is in Jiri Prochazka's and maybe the future champ's court. We'll see what happens with this light heavyweight division.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
excited though, either way, because it's looking very good right now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely shaping up to be a good division here. I'm as you said, I'm very hyped and high on this Jiri Prochazka. We've watched him since his debut in the UFC. After coming over from Ryzen and just dominating there, and now dominating in the UFC. He's got a fun fight style. He's chaotic. You never know where the next big shot is coming from. This division's great. I'm really looking forward to it. As far as Ryan Spann, coming off this loss here against number 6 Anthony Smith in the first round, where do you see his future in this division, and who does he fight next?
That's the real question, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'd say maybe a guy like Paul Craig.
Hill.
Or Jamal Hill. Yeah, that's also a good fight.
Jamal Hill's healing up real quick.
Yeah, because I definitely think Ryan Spann obviously is worthy to still fight in this top 15, unquestionably. Even coming off that brutal loss against Anthony Smith. So I'd like to see him fight one of those 2 guys for sure.
Yeah, Paul Craig, Jimmy Crute, Misha Serkinov, Jamal Hill, anybody that's above him, or really even if you want to give him another top 10 guy, you could give him a Volkan Ozdemir maybe if he loses that Magomed Ankalaev fight or a Nikita Krylov or something like that.
Yep.
But, he deserves another top 15 matchup for sure. It's just interesting. I don't know what they do with Ryan Spann. I wouldn't be shocked if they make him fight an unranked guy next and really build his brand back up, because that was a big fight for him. That was his first main event. Yeah. It was a big step up in his career.
It was a big step up, and unfortunately, he didn't go out there and produce.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, it
is what it is.
Yeah, let's get into church coin picks. I put 100 church coin on Anthony Smith.
Yeah, I put 2,000 on Ryan Spann. Lost that one. That one hurt a little.
Absolutely hurt you for sure. Let's go to Ion Cutelaba and
I don't know who else
Clark.
it would hurt, Tabor. You fuck. God, fucking bastard. Yeah, it hurt me and Ryan Spann. Those were the 2 fucking people that hurt.
I need it. If me and Gids have a fucking chance, we have 2 months left?
Yeah.
Running out of time.
Yeah,
We're running out of time.
we're at the end of the year, boys.
Yeah, it's coming
Looks like
up.
you guys owe me dinner here soon, because I could use another meal.
Is that the deal?
No, it's not.
We got to figure that out. Maybe we.
I was like, we did not discuss this deal at all.
When we get into second service tonight, we got to figure out exactly what's going on with this, because there's a whole lot to get through. Nostalgic, what's up? But thanks for being here in the chat.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's go. Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. Ion Cutelaba and Devin Clark. So first things fucking first. I have to give all the credit in the world to Devin Clark for being as tough as he fucking is, because those teeth were devastating, dude.
Oh my God, they were caved in his face.
That was fucked.
It was disgusting. It was straight out of a fucking horror film.
Just the sheer fact the man wasn't just bawling his eyes out from the pain or fucking the fact he went on and fought another full 5 fucking minute round
and imagine
and stuck around afterwards. Fuck that.
It's so crazy. I know the adrenaline's high. You're in a fight, but yada yada yada. But
that was wild.
I don't get how you continue to fight, and then catching a jab, catching a hook,
Getting
with
punched
those
in
teeth over and over and over again. It is so awful. I don't know how these guys do it. Hats off to these fighters.
That was insane, dude. That was
crazy.
That was some of the toughest shit you'll see, because when they zoomed in on it in the camera,
oh my God,
I was like, oh my God, his teeth were snapped in half essentially,
Yeah,
and
they
the
were caved.
Inside his fucking gums. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. That was horrible.
No, but I mean, a fantastic fight by Ion Cutelaba, and a guy who really needed to bounce back after losing to Magomed Ankalaev not once but twice. Needed a big bounce back in his career, and he went out there and proved it, man. This was a fantastic outing from him. unquestionably.
Yeah, dude, the fucking shots he was raining down on him from top. The takedowns were fantastic. Everyone was flowing so well. He looked so patient. He looked so calm. Shout out to Ion Cutelaba for everyone thinks he's a wild man. He's just going to go in there and throw uncontrollably with fucking throw the caution to the wind. No, he was very composed in that fight.
Definitely. He was definitely choosing his shots more, and it showed. And I think that's the Ion Cutelaba that wins fights right there. Is a calm, measured Ion Cutelaba, and not the Hulk that we see sometimes who throws wildly and gets caught. So hopefully you learn from those two Magomed Ankalaev fights, and hopefully you see a better fighter because he looked great last night.
He did. So maybe one or two more unranked guys, and then maybe we can get him back into a top 15 matchup. But Jan's got so much room for improvement still at his young age, man. This guy is going to develop in front of us. He's going to get better and better, and I'm still very high on his future.
For sure.
So let's go to Church Coin picks. And
yeah, whoops.
I went all in on Devin Clark.
You went all in on him.
I had like 3,000, no, I had 1,700 Church Coin left.
Well, now you have none.
Yeah.
He literally has.
You left zero.
So because of this bet, I don't even have enough to make fucking picks this week for our
next
preview
week.
show.
Yeah. So Tabor will be buying back in. So yeah, he's just gonna keep hitting that fart button, and I'm gonna announce it on the podcast, just not off air. But just so everyone knows, Tabor is not allowed to have the fucking soundboard for the Fight Companion ever again on the Fight Companion next week. So we will not give him his computer soundboard. So if you guys watch that shit show that was Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul Fight Companion,
I would never do that to a real Fight Companion because those
not.
are actually engaging and aren't boring as fuck.
God,
I wanted to shoot myself.
Tabor literally didn't talk. He would just use the soundboard to communicate. It was the most jarring thing I've ever heard in my life. Again, the fart button.
You know what? Some of those were pretty timely.
They were. Some of them were good, but don't give him any compliments because then
he's
he's going
like
to continue to use them.
8% credit.
There.
Like maybe like 6 out of the 600 you played landed. There were 6 that I laughed at though, so that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay, it's my. Just trying to get a little experience using the soundboard.
Well,
all right,
I will say it was a good experience for that Fight Companion, but I'm just putting it on the fucking record on the podcast. You were not using that soundboard next Saturday. Okay. Maybe for the second service.
Yeah, second service. For sure.
All right, so let's.
I got to buy back in.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so I get to pick a Patreon subscriber to send a T-shirt to, and we only have 2 of them.
We do.
So, I mean, should I flip a coin or, Cosmos
I think
Reverb?
that's actually fair. Flip a coin, dude.
The thing is Cosmos Reverb. You're in the UK. I know you might be listening to this. You're probably not listening live. You said you struggle to listen to live streams, but shout out to you, my guy. Thank you for sticking with us. But if he's in the UK and we're struggling to fucking send him shit, like I'm sorry, that sucks. We got to do something for you, my guy. But I think
we'll look
flipping a
into
coin
it,
would
though.
be fair.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We'll message him on Patreon, see if we can, because you might be able to just put the address into the Teespring store and just send it to him.
And it's probably not too bad. So Cosmos Reverb, come into my DMs. Joe, the other guy's name?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe, hit up the DMs on Instagram, and we'll send you guys a T-shirt. If you want to get in before I send this, if you fucking subscribe to the Patreon, guys, and you're instantly submitted into this little contest we're going to do.
Every time we got to buy back in, one of us sends a T-shirt to someone.
And I'm probably not going to pick a winner for a week or two. So, guys, this is now your time to get into the Patreon, so maybe you can get sent a free T-shirt. It's $5 a month. It's totally worth it if you get the T-shirt. T-shirt's worth like $25 or something like that. So you're making money.
Extra podcast every week. You got vlogs. You got a bunch of stuff in the works.
Yeah, so subscribe to the Patreon if you guys want to support the show, and I'll send you a free T-shirt because now I have to buy back in for our Church Coin bets. So to round it all off, let's finish off our Church Coin picks and our recap show because we went on a little tangent there.
Yeah, so I put on Cutelaba, I put 500 Church Coin on Cutelaba.
Okay, and now let's move on to the next fight we picked. Ariana Lipski, Mandy Baum. Ariana Lipski looked fantastic, dude.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Just complete domination.
I think that was the best performance of her career easily. She looked incredible.
Yeah.
Landing combinations at will. I mean, she looked like
shots,
the
too.
better fighter all the
Absolutely.
way around.
Just completely outclassing her.
And Mandy Baum, like, a tough girl, man, and she was trying. It wasn't like, it was all for naught, but wow, Ariana Lipski looked fantastic.
She's getting better and better
Yeah.
and better. And I think she's only like 25 or 26 years old. So she's still developing so much. She's still going to come into her prime athletically. So big ups on her, man, because she's looking fantastic. And that looks like a top 15 fucking flyweight right there.
Absolutely.
So
I
I'm
do
very
not disagree
excited.
at all.
I'm very excited for her future. Real quick, if we're going to give her a top 15 matchup, I say throw her right in there with like a Macy Barber or something like that. Or Miranda Maverick. That's a perfect matchup.
I think Maverick's perfect coming off that.
That loss? Yeah, she definitely won that fight.
She definitely won that fight. So, yeah, you could give her Macy or Maverick.
Yeah.
I like both those, though, honestly.
Yeah, those are great matchups. Great matchups.
For sure.
So, a church coin pick, I put 100 on Lipski, and I'm just going to say that church coin disappeared because I'm buying it anyways. So
Right. So, Bomb, I put 300 church coin on her and lost that one.
All right. Armin Saryukian versus Christos Giagos.
Holy shit.
goodness.
Now I know why Tsarsugian was he was like a -700, 800 favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
The guy's a
Holy
fucking savage,
shitballs.
dude. He's fantastic on the feet, and he's got even better wrestling and jiu-jitsu. The scrambles are amazing. And his striking is getting better. Like, dude, this guy is a fucking savage. His kicks are so fast. His punches flow. He's got great combinations.
Well, dude, that flurry of punches, I was like, God, no one's ever gonna survive that.
He's got power,
Yeah,
dude.
he
I mean,
does.
a lot of these guys 155 have power, but he's got another type of power that'll flatline anybody early. Yeah. So I'm very, very hyped on Armin Saryukian's future. I will not be surprised if there is a number by his name here soon.
There definitely should be.
I don't know if he gets a top 15 matchup. He probably, he's already 14. So, yeah, so you're in the top 15. He's getting a top 15 matchup. Diego Ferreira, Gregor Gillespie, Conor McGregor. No, I'm just joking. That's not happening.
Wow, I can't believe the UFC finally put that fucking imbecile down at 9.
I know, shocking, right?
God, we have MMA news on Conor McGregor, so stay tuned for that.
Dude, Rafael Fiziev, Armin Saryukian.
Oh my God!
Are you fucking
Signing
kidding
up.
me?
I think Fiziev has already got a fight though, doesn't he? Or he just had a fight.
Well, he just fought.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I think he's fighting Brad Riddell. Actually,
Brad Riddell. That's a good fucking fight, man. Isn't that on a?
Brad Riddell's fighting someone good. I know that guy.
Yeah, he just
I
fought
can't
Bobby
remember.
Green. That's right,
Yeah.
August 7th. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was a
fantastic
great fight too. So I love that, man. I love that matchup.
Yeah, anybody with Armin Saryukian, sign me the fuck up. I really like him, and I'm going to be watching his future for sure.
Yeah.
Church coin pick. I put 100 on Giagos because he was like a minus.
No,
he was like a
plus.
plus 600 or something.
Yeah,
shit,
it was crazy. We both had Saryukian. We both thought he was going to win, but we put church coin on Giagos just because of the odds. He was such a heavy underdog, and absolutely showed us why he was the underdog. I put 220 on Giagos and lost that. So
All right, so moving on to the next fight, Nate Menez versus Tony Gravely. We did not pick this fight. It was a last-minute addition to the main card, but what a fucking addition it was, dude. This bantamweight banger was fantastic.
Yeah.
Menez almost got finished early, late in the first, saved by the bell. 10 seconds more, that fight would have been over, and then to come out and finish Tony Gravely with a huge fucking, was it a check left hook or was it I can't remember.
it
big shot.
kind of
I think
was,
it
and then with the uppercut as well. But
Yeah,
dude,
the uppercut.
What the
It hit him behind the ear.
craziest fucking fight in the world. That fight, you
electric.
add an extra 3 seconds to the end of that bell, it's over. The
Yeah.
ref's coming in, he's stopping the fight. Somehow he was able to recuperate and then come back in the second round and then knock out Tony Gravely.
Crazy.
That's got to be the worst position for a fighter of all time, knowing that if you just had 3 to 5 seconds more, you would have won a fight, and then the second round get knocked out like that. That's tough, man.
Rough.
That is tough. But hey, hats off to Nate. That was a fantastic second round.
Yeah, it was a
Looked
great
awesome.
fucking fight, dude. That was a great fucking fight. And so was this one to open up the main card. Joaquin Buckley and Antonio Arroyo.
This was a banger too, dude. This was a great fight.
It was.
And honestly, I had Joaquin Buckley losing that fight up until the third round too.
I thought Joaquin won the first.
Yeah, Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe
It might have been 1-1. I
thought it was 1-1 coming into the third.
But nonetheless, that fight could have went either way on the judges' scorecard leading up to this third round too. And Joaquin Buckley going out there and just getting the knockout, and that's great for him too. After getting knocked out his last fight, there was a lot of hype behind him. Had one of the craziest, actually the craziest knockout in UFC history against Kanasa Nagane.
Yeah, I think it's the greatest knockout ever. Honestly,
yeah, it's got to be.
I can't think of something.
It's got to be. It's insane. But really great to see Joaquin Buckley get back in the win column there. I really do like Antonio Arroyo, though, and I feel like he gets matched up against a lot of really tough guys, but he is a fucking massive man.
He's huge for 185 pounds,
huge,
dude.
man. But, nonetheless, Buckley got the job done. I put 100 church coin on Buckley for the win.
I really like Joaquin Buckley, but do you see him like competing with the top 15?
I don't know, man. He's young. You got to give him some time. Yeah, but I do.
He seems like he needs to develop a lot more. He seems just wild. Like he goes for the knockouts every time. And a lot of these guys you're not going to be able to finish in this top 15. Like you're telling me Joaquin Buckley goes up against Kelvin Gastelum. Like that's going to be a fucking 5-round, 3-round war.
Yeah, but again, Joaquin Buckley's only 27. He's got time to develop. And it's not like, he's losing a bunch of fights. Like, he's... I do hear what you're saying, and obviously he definitely has to have more development for sure. But at the same time, like I'm not going to count this guy out. He's 27 years old.
Yeah, well, he's got the power to knock out anybody, really. I mean, fuck, he could finish anyone in the entire division. Yeah, so congratulations to him.
Absolutely.
Big ups for him. He wants it sounds like he's wanting a new contract. He's wanting to call him for that meeting with Dana White.
Yeah, he was.
So hopefully you get all your money you get, boss. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wait, nope. 500 on Arroyo.
Oh, yeah, for you, yeah.
Fuck, I'm just struggling.
It is
what it is.
It is what it is,
unfortunately. Brother. Let's move on to some MMA news.
Let's do it.
There's a couple things I want to start with.
Oh, boy.
And that's with... It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to go crazy.
Okay.
I'm not going to go crazy. The frogs are gating. No, I'm just joking. No, Benavidez and Carlos Condit retired. So a couple OGs hung up their belts. And it was... I mean, part of me is kind of happy because I really don't want to see guys like Carlos Condit going out there and taking unnecessary damage because I don't think he's competitive to fight the types of fights that they're going to want him to fight to build other guys' names off of him like they do. So it makes me very happy to see that. Benavidez, on the other hand, he's one of these guys. He's still competitive. He's still top 5 in the world at flyweight.
Oh, for sure.
He's he
just recently fought for the flyweight belt, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I mean, both times kind of got, dominated by Figueiredo, but I mean, still a top 5 guy in that flyweight division.
Yeah.
So it was it was definitely more of a surprise on the Benavidez side than it was
Carlos Condit.
For sure. But Condit, he did win a couple fights, Court McGee and Matt Brown in 2020 and 2021, but then, losing to Max Griffin. I think it was the right time. I think it's the right time for Carlos to retire. He's had damn near 50 professional MMA fights. He's 37 years old, and he's had a great career. At one point was an interim champ. So, hats off to a great career, Carlos. Natural born killer. We really enjoyed all the years that we watched, and same with Benavidez too, man. I mean, Benavidez is one of those guys. He's such a good guy, and it was one of those things where you would watch his career, and you always wanted him to just win gold. Just one time, just have the belt one time, and he fell short 3 or 4 times, which is really
he was the
tough.
Greatest fighter in UFC history to never win a belt.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that's something you do not want to have.
No, absolutely not.
And it's unfortunate.
It
couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, but
again, a great career.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we're all depressed and shit.
I know.
It's like, dude, you've accomplished so much.
You really have.
So you're selfish for wanting that belt, you piece of shit. No, I'm just joking. I love the guy. I really do.
Of course.
And he's won in life. I mean, look who he's going home to. It's good for him. Very happy for him. He's going to make a big career, dude. Now he's got those connections with Megan O'Leary, obviously. Yep. So, I mean, he's going to be an analyst. He's going to be maybe a color commentator one day. I'm very excited for him in his future. He's going to stay successful. He's not going to be one of these guys, hopefully, that comes back in 5 years and
fights a fight that you don't need to see him fight. Yeah, no, I totally
know what I'm saying? Because I mean, or seeing boxing fucking Jake Paul or some shit just because he doesn't have any money.
Don't want to see that.
I want to move on to a future where fighters retire with enough money to where they don't have to do anything like that.
Totally agree with that.
Which is, it's been a struggle as of late.
Yeah, so, because you brought that up, I know we have a list here, but can we just talk about this? Because I was very curious about this when you sent me this link. Do you mind if we skip down to this since we're talking about it?
Go for it.
So the new NFL, NBA, MLB style MMA league announced called WFL, which stands for World Fight League. Who's putting this up? What is this? Can you kind of elaborate more on what this is?
I'm going to be honest. There hasn't been anything really talked about, just that it's being announced, that they're building it.
But who's announcing this? Who's running this thing? Who's running this show? Because the information that I gathered from that thing you sent me is that like fighters are going to get like 50% of the pay for the league.
Yeah,
which would be pretty cool. But I mean, how do you overthrow essentially a monopoly like the UFC here in the United States?
Well, it would need big money. It'd need maybe a group behind the like maybe who owns the NFL and the NBA and all that shit? Or are they just their own companies? Because they're not public, right? Like you can't buy NFL stocks.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know either. But either way, so this is essentially a story from Ariel Helwani. According to sources, a number of influential industry individuals, man, I cannot talk, have come together to create a new MMA league that is structured more like NBA, NHL, NFL, rather than your typical MMA promotion. This new league will also include an athlete association that implements a CBA with a 50-50 revenue share, guaranteed contracts, health insurance, career-ending insurance, and a pension plan. The plan is to announce the venture in the coming days. I'm told they're hoping to launch in 2023.
So I'm not trying to be negative here, but doesn't this sound kind of like a pipe dream? Because like there's no real information on it. You're not gonna even announce this league for another 2 years. We have no idea who's working on it. I mean, do you think it's just a bluff to try to get Dana White to pay more?
It's sounding like the new league is structured as a nonprofit where independent franchise owners will roster a team of athletes signed from free agency and via the league entry draft. Each team will compete in a home and away competitions from a traditional league format vying for a playoff spot. The owners and athletes are governed by the league's bylaws and collective bargaining agreement, which is enforced by the Commission of the Board of Governors. So there's teams.
So
like every city will have a team of MMA fighters.
So
I don't like that.
What it sounds like is they're doing it like a college wrestling team.
Camera?
No, we don't have camera for
what
this
the
one.
fuck?
Yeah, we didn't set up producer cam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So
You're just God. That's okay.
I'm just God today. Yeah, no, it sounds like they're running it like college wrestling. So you have a team and you get points for every win, and so I guess you would have like individual stats and then a team stat as well, because that's how college wrestling does it. So that's the only way I would think that would work.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because college wrestling, your team can still win the national championship if you're
even if you lose.
Yeah, even if you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't know if I like that. Like, I'd rather just see guys fight, top 15, top 5. I like the rankings.
I kind of like what PFL
fight.
does. You know what I'm saying? Like the seasons where there's a new champ after every season, stuff like that. I
Yeah,
kind of like that format a little more. This seems like real crazy.
This seems complicated.
Yeah, super complicated. And I'm telling you right now, if it's complicated right now, it's more than likely not going to work. Keep it simple, stupid.
Well, the only way it works is if they grab somebody huge to start it with. Like
a Jorge Masvidal or some
John
shit.
Jones who has just been waiting to fight. Like if you can get somebody big to start it with, you have a platform, you have a leaping off point. But if you're just digging fish out of the barrel and we're just gonna, it doesn't.
Yeah, you
make
got Clay
sense.
Guida fighting BJ Penn or some shit.
Yeah, this just never gonna work. You need like a superstar. To start off your promotion. And I don't know the Board of Governors bullshit. All that just seems too complicated. Like I just don't think you can run MMA like a normal sports league.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would work. I mean, I like it in theory, I want the fighters to get paid more, absolutely. But yeah, I agree with you. Like with the PFL format, I really like that with the seasons. I really even like the way Bellator does it with the Grand Prix. I like that too.
Yeah, that's something the UFC needs to implement. I mean, how many times have we said that? I want fucking Grand Prix. I want tournaments. It doesn't have to be a big tournament. You could literally do 4-man tournaments and I would be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and W coming in saying there was a team fight league a few years ago called IFL. Chael Sonnen had a team based out of Oregon.
Interesting.
I think I remember hearing that actually. But again, I just don't know about the whole team structure. I just don't think it works. If you're gonna restructure this league, it needs to be more of a PFL Bellator Grand Prix style. I don't like the idea of teams, because it's like, what the fuck, dude? I just won 3 fights in a row, but my team sucks and they all lost. Why am I held accountable for my teammates when I'm a fighter? When it's mano-a-mano, that's the whole purpose of fighting. It's you. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you. It doesn't stop with your team. You shouldn't have to be held accountable for how shitty your team is.
So let's get a few more details out there. So supposedly the plan is to have between 8 and 24 teams in each conference, and there's going to be 4 conferences: North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Oceania. This is getting weird, man. 30 teams around.
It just sounds too complicated.
And so they're saying they're not announcing who's behind it, but it's a group of movers and shakers, includes several former and current professional athletes in the world of NFL, NBA, MMA, including multiple MMA world champions, 5 former respected MMA promoters, former MMA executives and matchmakers, actors, and recording artists. So they have the money. Straight up, they're saying they got the money.
Okay, but who? So, why wouldn't you name who it is unless you're trying to entice people to still get in? There's just so many weird things about this that they don't have any answers to. And I guess, it's early on. It's not even going to start till 2023. But to have, a team like this...
Why even announce it right now, though?
Why are you doing this now unless you're ready to announce your backers?
I think they're trying to pressure Dana. I think we're about to move into maybe a future, or try to set up maybe a fighters union or something.
Which is great and all, but when you're trying to promote this, when you're trying to sell this to the public, and it's kind of just all over the place, you don't have any of your answers, I don't think you go public with it.
No.
Have all your answers, have your marketing team look at this and be like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how it's going to be, so that way you can at least sell it to the public. I understand going public to try to find new people to run it, get more money into it, but keep that more on the private sector than having Ariel Helwani come out and announce it when you don't even have all the answers yourself. Mm-hmm. That's where the issue lies with me.
Yeah, this is real interesting, and only time will tell. This is the very early stages. Why they announce it now, it is interesting. And I'm tired of MMA promotions being treated like leagues. I want the fighters to be all individuals like boxers. That's the only way for these guys to make the money they want. I absolutely agree with that. When we just need a structure to the UFC's, I think, here to stay. I don't think anything's going to take the UFC out. I think it's the biggest, best as of now. Is it the Facebook to, Twitter, or is it the MySpace to Facebook? Who knows? It could be. We are still in the early stages. The sport is only 30 years old? Less than
20,
that?
Well, 25 years old.
I would say, if that, yeah.
Yeah, so
26 years old.
we're not like the NFL. It's been around over 100 years now. So, it's still very young. The sport is still developing. Who knows? Maybe the UFC is, MySpace, the next Facebook, which could be something like this, or the PFL. Who really knows? But only time will tell. The UFC just needs to get their shit together, dude. They need to do the 50-50. If not 50-50, you need to give bigger contracts to your guys that deserve the money that are getting shafted.
Well, let's be more specific, because the UFC definitely has their shit together, and I know what you're saying. I'm
talking about fighter pay, because a lot of people are coming out. There was just a story. Jorge Masvidal is now being extremely vocal because Dana's coming out and shooting down the Jake Paul fight, stuff like that. He wants more money, and that might be a guy that probably deserves it.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't disagree there. What were you going to say, Gids?
I was going to say the only way this works is if a guy like Jorge Masvidal makes the leap first. If Jorge Masvidal gets out of his MMA contract and then he's like, yeah, I signed with the WFL and this is how much they're going to pay me. Maybe then you would start to see some shakes. But
can I tell you the one problem with that, though?
What do you got?
By the time 2023 rolls around, he'll be almost 40. I think he'll be 39 or 40 years old.
I don't think it matters.
So
certain people just sell. That's all it is. That's all this sport is. Look at Conor. Conor's going to lose 8 fights in a row, and people are still going to pay to watch him. You need one guy to start this company. Because if you just start it without anybody, and you're like, yeah, we just have all this young, hungry talent, it will die immediately. You need a star to start it. Or unless LeBron's out there dunking on people to start the show.
And the UFC ain't got much life left. Now that they are a private company, they will have to release all their financial. I've seen that now that they are not a private company, I think is what you meant to say. They have to release all their financial info. Already got people in Congress after them. They're going down soon.
Hold on. I can tell you.
Don't know about that.
Yeah, I can tell you why. If people in Congress are after them, I can tell you why. It's not because of anything that they're
It's
doing.
because
it's because
Orange
he
Man bad.
supported
Yep.
Donald Trump in
Orange
the
Man
2020 election. That would be why they were going against him, in my personal opinion. That would be the only reason why. Because those people are very vindictive.
Absolutely. So that was an interesting little thing there. But let's move on to some other MMA news. Did you guys see that Rumble was struck with an illness and had to pull out of that Bellator World Title Grand Prix semifinal fight? He was going to fight the current light heavyweight champion Vladimir Nenkov. Rumble pulled out, and apparently he actually thinks he was going to die at one point. So he's very sick, and he's just asking for prayers, thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, he's making a recovery.
What did he have COVID?
That I don't know. That's what he's. Maybe we can get in. Let me talk about it for a second, and I'll look up on Instagram.
Yeah, that's not good though. I mean, dang.
Yeah, he thought he was going to die for a second.
For a man who's that athletic, for a man who's that well in shape to be that sick, that's a very, very scary thing. Something else that was kind of crazy, since we're on the topic of Bellator, I know it's also in the notes.
Yeah, he says it's not COVID, but he hasn't posted anything.
Phil, Mr. Wonderful Davis won, beat Yoel Romero.
Yeah, did you see any of that? I didn't see any highlights.
I don't have Showtime.
No, I don't have Showtime either, so it's been rough doing this Bellator stuff. But it does suck. Yoel lost. It was a split decision, though. So, Scott Coker's out there talking very, very nicely about Yoel Romero. He's very excited for Yoel's future in Bellator. He is still going to keep that man very active.
Oh, yeah, good. And I'm glad he is, because Yoel's still got some fight left. He might not be prime Yoel, but, he's still got Jesus on the side. So
I love you, Mike.
I love you, Michael Bisping.
I love that guy. I know. He's great. The people come to see the Warriors. Bro, you didn't throw a fucking punch. But it is what it is.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I mean, that also worked.
Yeah, I guess.
Kind of.
Let's move on to other MMA news. Because fuck Bellator, honestly.
Yeah. So this is big.
Yeah.
Moreno versus Figgy 3 confirmed for UFC 269, December 11th. What are you guys' thoughts on the immediate trilogy? I can't even call it it is a rematch, but the immediate call for a trilogy. Like, did you want some time to kind of develop that third fight, or are you okay with now having 3 straight fights between Moreno and Figgy?
Well, I'll tell you who isn't okay with it. Fucking Askar Askarov and Alexander Pantoja. What are these guys supposed to do? Fight each other now? Yeah. I guess so. And it's either that or you fucking wait for 6 months. It's like, man, we did not need to see this fight. Moreno fucking completely outclassed him so bad in that last fight. I don't think Figgy deserved it. I think Figgy needed to take a little bit of time and really figure out maybe Moreno's timing, maybe a little bit of Moreno's footwork or something. He needs to come out with a different approach, because if he fights the way he fought in that last fight, it will be a repeat of the second.
Figgy won the first fight in all technicality, though, on a majority draw, didn't he?
No.
Well, yes. Technicality.
Yeah, technicality.
It was a draw.
Majority draw. Yeah.
It was majority draw, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was, a majority draw. So, with Brandon Moreno winning the second one, but to the way Brandon Moreno won the second one, I could have waited for this fight, too. I almost would have liked to see Askar Askarov, as you said, or Pantoja, after coming off that very impressive win against Brandon Royval. I am very, very shocked here that the trilogy is happening.
W says Pantoja was offered the fight in December, but wanted more time. Okay, then that makes sense. If that makes sense, if Pantoja was offered the fight, and that makes more sense. Moreno didn't want to wait and wanted to fight, so good for him. It's the champ's time.
Yeah.
The champ wants to fight, he's going to fight.
He's going to fight. Yep. So then, you know what? I'm not mad about this at all.
No, that makes more sense.
Yep.
Okay, I did not know that.
Perfect.
Absolutely. But I'm still excited. Like, it's going to be a fucking great fight, especially if Figgy just does a few different things, man. He is back in that fight.
Yeah.
It's really like it was fucking razor thin close, some of those exchanges. But Moreno was just a little bit faster and one step ahead the entire time in that second fight. So I'm interested. If Figgy can come out with a different game plan and figure out that timing, it's going to be a fucking banger. It's going to be a 5-round war like it was the first time, and I can't wait. It's looking like UFC 269 is going to be a 3-title fight card to end off the year in December. It is unconfirmed, but they're saying lightweight title fight between Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira on that card, and Amanda Nunes versus
Juliana Pena
is already confirmed for that card, so it's going to be a great night of fights there.
I'm telling you, the last 3 fights of this year are pay-per-views.
Fucking bangers.
Out of control. Out of control, man. I mean, International Fight Week next week. We'll have a fight companion, guys. It will be a 5 or 6 hour fight companion. We're going to start right around 5 p.m. We got to catch that Dan Hooker fight as well. You got Marlon Moraes versus Merab Dvalishvili. Are you kidding me? On the prelim?
Yep.
On the prelim? That's a main event on a fight night.
Yo, absolutely.
Period. End of discussion. So, dude, International Fight Week, love it. So, we'll be doing an extra long fight companion. So, be sure to tune into that.
Absolutely. Let's round off some MMA news with a little bit of welterweight drama. UFC tried making Masvidal versus Edwards. Masvidal was apparently wanted the fight, but Leon said no. And
Good.
He's willing to wait till next year for his title shot.
Good. He deserves the next title shot. What are you going to break the fucking... What are you... Oh, my God.
Thank you.
What the fuck? No, you do not wait. You are not getting a title fight. Beating Nate Diaz like that and then almost getting knocked out in the fucking 5th against an unranked guy, a 155er. And then you poke Bilal Muhammad in the fucking eye and you haven't fought him in 2 fucking years and you're going to turn down the fucking fight. It's going to give you a fucking title shot. No.
You know what? Then I don't ever want to hear anything about fucking Tony Ferguson ever fucking again, Tabor. Ever again. I don't want to hear any guy who's on a 10-fight win streak not deserving the next fucking shot at the belt. I don't ever want to fucking hear it again. Ever. Ever. You stupid son of a bitch. Okay? Look.
That's just what they do.
It doesn't matter.
It's reality. You have to fight one more time.
Do rankings mean nothing? Do they mean nothing?
No.
Why the fuck why? So he takes on a fight against Masvidal. You know, if Masvidal beats Leon Edwards, he's probably going to get another shot again.
No, he doesn't.
No,
yeah.
not
if Colby Covington won that belt. If Colby Covington wins the belt. Yes, he would. So there's still a chance. You think Leon Edwards is going to get that same opportunity? Probably not, because guess what? Jorge Masvidal, what is he sitting at right now in this division? Number 6. Number 6. So he's going to beat a guy. He's number 3. He's going to fight 6. Why do they always give Leon Edwards guys who are below him? Always.
Because no one wants to fight him because he's a bad matchup because they know he's going to lose.
Exactly.
I understand that. He deserves the title fight.
Why punish him?
Because it's Dana White in the UFC and he doesn't
But
give
I'm saying it's not Leon Edwards' fault. I am in total agreement that he has the right to turn that fight down because at some point he's got to be asking because everyone bitches about Leon Edwards. They go, oh, he only fights these guys who were lower than him.
Because he didn't fight. He fought. Okay, so RDA was a big victory and he was on a trajectory to get a title fight, maybe with one more big victory, but he did not fucking fight. Big C, little V. Yes. I know.
And there was also the thing with England. It was hard for him to come over in 2020. I have a little sympathy and grace for that as well, man. I mean, that was a tough time in his career.
He is not handling the situation right at all. He needs to fucking be the yes man. He needs to get that title shot. He needs to do anything he can to get it. He is not getting one next. It doesn't matter how long he waits. He's just hurting himself in the end. He needs to take this Masvidal fight. It's a very winnable fight for him. He would dominate Masvidal. He might even knock him the fuck out just like Kamaru Usman did.
But here's the thing.
I cannot believe he said no to that.
I know, but okay, so he beats Masvidal.
He would have got a title shot.
I don't believe it.
Yes, he don't.
I don't believe it. I think they would have fucked him over
again. They would have made him fight Gilbert Burns or something. They would have given him the Gilbert Burns
rematch against Kamaru Usman after he beats Colby Covington.
Dude, you don't beat the guy who just got a title fight and not get a title fight after that. He would be the most deserving guy. 9 fights in a row. He already is the most deserving guy, but he needs to get a top 5 matchup victory.
But it's not a top 5
yes,
matchup.
It is.
No. Jorge Masvidal's number 6.
Or he's 6?
He's 6, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Like, rankings don't matter. It's a guy that gets you a fucking title shot.
Yeah, I just... It's frustrating for me, like, as a Leon Edwards guy. Like, I support Leon because I understand what the fuck... I mean, I don't as a fighter, but as a fan.
Can I be devil's advocate on this one a little bit?
Just real quick. If he gets offered Gilbert Burns and says no, everything that I just said is 100% stands. But that's the only fight. He has to fight one more time. It's going to be Jorge Masvidal or Gilbert Burns. And Jorge Masvidal is the biggest, more winnable fight for him. He fucked himself over there. Go ahead, Gitz.
I agree with Tabor. I think he does need to fight. I disagree with you on that, Mason, but he shouldn't have to fight Masvidal. He shouldn't have to fight Masvidal at all. Why the fuck would Masvidal even deserve another fight to even crack into maybe being a contender again? It makes no fucking sense. I think the Gilbert Burns fight makes a little bit of sense. And here's the thing. I don't think that he doesn't deserve a title fight right now. I just think we know how the UFC does business. Dana's going to make him fight somebody. I just don't think he's going to let him sit on his hands. And while I know I see you getting visibly frustrated.
No, it's just because I cannot wait to rebuttal here.
No, and I'm waiting on hands or pins and needles. There we go. But I just don't think the UFC is going to let him sit on his hands. I just don't think they're going to let him happen. So if the Gilbert Burns fight comes up, I think he has to take it. And if he beats Gilbert Burns, it's not a question. I just don't think the UFC is going to let him sit and wait. Go for it.
So first and foremost, as far as Gilbert Burns, if he were offered that fight and he took that fight, I think that would be a smart move. I'll start there. Okay. But
it's a number 1 contender fight.
Right. Exactly.
Easily.
Exactly. It's number 2 versus number 3. That fight makes sense. Jorge Masvidal, I get the star power. I understand that. But it's been this long process with Leon Edwards where he continues to fight guys lower than him. Who is more deserving of a title shot than Leon Edwards? Gilbert Burns just recently fought Kamaru Usman. Yes, he did beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Great fight. But again, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, number 5, not deserving of a title shot. Okay. Colby Covington. Where what did he do? He beat Tyron Woodley after losing to Kamaru Usman, gets a rematch. You think he's more deserving than Leon Edwards? Gilbert Burns, went on a great 4 or 5 fight win streak, lost to Kamaru Usman. Do you think he's more deserving than Leon Edwards? Vicente Luque, losing to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in 2018, since then has been on a great streak. You could make an argument for Vicente Luque. Me, I'm an MMA purist. I've seen these guys fight. Leon Edwards' last loss back in like 2015 or 2016 was to the champ, Kamaru Usman. That guy right there is most deserving outside of maybe Vicente Luque. Like, in my opinion. Like, because that's the purist right there.
No, I 100% agree.
10 fights in a row on top of that.
I 100% agree. I do think Leon Edwards is deserving of the title shot right now. In fact, he should have gotten it over Colby. But the UFC has no interest of marketing Leon Edwards. They have no interest of marqueeing Leon Edwards. I just don't think they have any plan to market him into a title fight. You have to market yourself into a title fight now. That's why the Masvidal fight made so much sense, because if you go on national TV and you starch Masvidal in 2 fucking rounds, you're going to be a big name. I just feel like from Tabor's perspective of beating Masvidal, it would have been the easiest fight. I just don't think they can promote him to a title fight. I just don't think UFC has put enough steam behind him, and I don't think enough people know about him outside of purists as yourself.
Yeah, but as Dana White, if he wants to put no promotion behind Leon Edwards, does not want Leon Edwards to even have a title shot, what's a win over Jorge Masvidal going to do?
At least lets people know. It showcases him on a big stage that shows that he beat a guy that people love. Do you know what I mean?
I see that. I think it's title shot worthy, beating a Jorge Masvidal.
I don't think it is.
If it's Leon Edwards doing it, yes. It is, because he's already. I mean, who else would he have to do after that? Would the UFC make him fight one more time after
That's
that?
the problem. You can't flip-flop on that issue, being like, well, the guy deserves it. He's won 10 in a row, and if he beats Jorge Masvidal, but say on the other hand, if let's say Vicente Luque went out there and beat Jorge Masvidal, or Stephen Wonderboy Thompson went out there and got the rematch and beat Jorge Masvidal, would he then get a title shot? It's because of the resume and of the win streak of Leon Edwards, which is the reason why he would, I guess, get a title shot in your perspective.
Yes, that's my argument, yes.
Yeah, but that should tell you right there that he should get the next shot at the belt. Period.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. I just know the UFC is going to make him fight one more time, and he should have he should have taken the fight.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
And it's a tricky topic. Yeah.
It just wasn't a career decision, in my opinion. I think he should have taken the fight, and then if he wanted to wait after that, then okay, I think he would have been able to sit on his hands.
It definitely would have given him more notoriety
and more negotiation room, and probably, you know what I'm saying. All right. Well, either way.
All right, we got to talk about this.
Let's just end it on this one.
Let's talk about McNuggets.
Yes.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I mean, apparently he didn't know who the fuck MGK was.
No, he did, but he didn't like his music.
Of course.
He said he had shitty music.
Yeah,
in fact.
It's really sad to see the fall from grace of Conor McGregor from going in that 2016 season where he was the motherfucking man. He was on top of the world. Everyone loved him. And then it just all got to his head. When you get so low in your professional career that you start picking fights with untrained rappers, it's like, bro, just for some clout, just to be like the guy for 15 minutes, you've lost yourself. You've lost yourself. And I'm telling you right now, Conor McGregor comes back, he'll never be champ again. He'll never be champ again. He'll never beat these top 5 guys. It's over. It's over for Conor. It's over. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You know what? He comes back. He does it. I will eat my words. But it ain't happening. This guy has lost himself entirely, where you just start picking fights with random celebrities because you're so upset with the way your career, the way your life has gone. I mean, yeah, the guy's super successful, but that doesn't mean he's not a goofball. I mean, he's a fucking goof. Seriously. Like, what the fuck is he doing? What is he doing?
I literally don't know. I still cannot believe he marches across the red carpet to throw a drink at a stranger that he's never talked to before. That looks like he is in need. He's in very much need of a much needed sandwich. That dude's what? $1.25, $1.40, and he's trying to pick a fucking fight.
It's so dumb,
bro. This dude's never fought anybody. Him and Megan Fox probably play fights. She probably fucks him up. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, and that's the thing. It's like he's picking fights with people he knows he can beat up. It's like, bro, what happened? What happened? Are you an insecure just person now?
Yes.
Because you can't win. You can't beat the best of the best.
I think you just hit the nail.
I mean, obviously, Conor, like, yeah, you could beat up fucking 99% of the population, but where it matters, you can't anymore. Because you're too concerned about, being the cool guy, being the fucking guy with hundreds of millions. Which, if that's what you want to do, great. Go be successful in that aspect. But you're never going to be a true fighter again. Just
why the fuck was he even there? Who the fuck goes to the VMAs?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
He was like, yeah, I got to get to the VMAs because I'm real into Video Music Awards. What the fuck?
But again, that's the thing. That's why he'll never be champ again, because he's more concerned about clout and being a celebrity than he is about being a professional mixed martial artist. That's why. Look at all the guys who have done it. Or even gals like Ronda Rousey. You start getting in movies. You start hanging out with the celebrities. You start, shooting the shit with all these rich, famous people. You're never the same as a fighter. You got to be focused in the gym. You got to just want to be champion. That's why I'm telling you right now, Kamaru Usman might be pound for pound. Well, he is right now, absolutely. But he is pound for pound greatest fighter. You don't see him doing all this stupid shit. He's in the gym. He's fighting, and that's why he's got so many title defenses racked up already, He's not into the clout. He's not into all this bullshit. Conor, he got messed up in all of that.
He should just start boxing. I don't even know why he bothers with MMA. Just start fighting celebrities. Like, that's what you are now. You're a celebrity. You're not a fighter. You're a celebrity boxer.
I tune in to watch it.
I would too.
Because Conor still sells, and I still buy his pay-per-views.
And he's still entertaining.
And I don't root for him to lose. But... like, he'll never be a top guy in MMA anymore. So I actually agree with you. I'd love to see him just start fighting guys like Jake Paul or whatever in boxing events. Because, I tune into it. Be a fun night. Be a fun time. But that's about it.
It might save his fucking career. Yeah. Because right now in MMA, you still can't stop a fucking takedown.
Yeah,
and everybody in the top 5 is going to smash you.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Start boxing.
Yep, your time has passed in MMA. And what a great, Hall of Famer, man. I mean, champ, featherweight, lightweight, what he was able to do to Jose Aldo, and then do what he did against Eddie Alvarez. I mean, it was a beautiful year and a half, 2 years in mixed martial arts, and he put the UFC on the map in a way a lot of guys could never. And for that, we appreciate it. But as far as now, in 2021, the game has changed, it's evolved, and it has passed him.
And he's an asshole.
And it's gone. And he's a shit human being. He's a shit human being.
I'm just going to fucking say it.
All right.
He's a piece of shit and needs help. I think this is his cries for help, man.
No, he definitely needs help.
I think he does need help.
And again, I'm not rooting against Conor. I hope he gets the help. I hope he changes his life. And I'm not this fucking, once you screw up, you should be canceled. I'm here to forgive. I'm here to forgive and forget and move on. But he's got to change his ways. The shit that he has been saying to Khabib Nurmagomedov on Twitter is inexcusable. It is completely crossed the line. And I actually posted on my Facebook, I said, because the fight was replaying on the UFC page, and I shared it, and I go, Khabib ruined this man. He was never the same after this day. He absolutely ruined Conor McGregor, mentally, physically, spiritually.
It's just the second he got paid from the Mayweather shit, dude. The second he got his money, he was never the same. He just got angry. He was angry at the world. I think he's definitely got maybe some cocaine issues, maybe some drinking alcohol issues. I think he needs help, man. I think this is his cry for help, and I don't think it's ever going to come. I mean, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Is he going to knock someone out in the street and they hit their head on the curb and die and he goes to prison? What's it going to be? What's it going to be for him to figure out, hey, I'm doing this wrong? And you have everything.
Everything.
You have everything.
Yep. It's one of those things that I'll never understand.
Help. I think he's got serious mental issues.
Yeah, I do, and I hope he gets the help he needs because he's out of fucking.
He's
control,
completely out of line. He's completely out of line, man. And I don't want to say things like I hope he learns his lesson, because for him to learn a lesson like this, it's going to take something bad.
No, it's going to take more than just a slap on the wrist.
Absolutely. It's going to take more than maybe sitting in jail for a week. He's going to have to ruin someone's life for him to learn his lesson, and it's going to be way too. But man, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and I really hope it doesn't come to that, and I hope he does figure his shit out. But man, it's a train wreck right now with Conor.
Yeah,
absolute train wreck.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing this kind of shit, dude.
Yeah. It was the same thing with John Jones, how we got on John all the time back in the day. Now Conor's going through all this crazy shit, and he continues to go through it over the last couple of years. And he just needs to figure his shit out.
Do you see any professional athletes in other leagues acting a fool like this?
No.
You want to know why? Extent. Because the fucking league fines them for making them look bad, for dragging their name in the fucking mud.
But you're a private contractor.
They nip it in the fucking butt immediately. Dana lets this happen, man.
Well, yeah, but they're private contractors. You can't really do anything because the UFC doesn't own them the same way the NFL, NBA, MLB does.
They could sneakily find a way with their lawyers and money. They
sure.
could fucking find a way to do something, and it needs to be done because enough is enough, really, man.
Yeah, I guess if they're under contract. Yeah,
what's it going to take? Mike Perry fucking killing someone, fucking something like that, like. I don't know. These people need help. There needs to be something in the insurance. Maybe we get these people into therapy or something, but who knows? It's unfortunate.
All right, let's go to this preview show. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. Let's get out of this fucking deep, dark, depressing
Nothing says a coke addiction like throwing a drink at someone you've never met before just because you don't like their music.
Yeah. That can't be, dude. There has to be a back.
There's no, man. That's what he said. He's like, nothing like a blow a coke and being like, I didn't like that Eminem diss. Fuck that guy. Like, you know what? I like it.
Like,
good
bro,
for
didn't
him.
that happen in like 2017? Get over it.
He's still mad. All right. 266, fellas.
266 preview. What a way to enter that preview right there. But, you know, it's a fantastic card. International Fight Week. It was not in July this year, so we're getting extra spoiled. And, oh, my goodness. Nick Diaz, the return against Robbie Lawler, Curtis Blades, Jairzinho Rosenstrike, Jessica Andrade, Cynthia Calvillo, Marlon Moraes, Marab, Dan Hooker. And then you get two title fights, a Valentin Shevchenko title defense, and Alexander Volkanovski, Brian Ortega. Man, how spoiled are we?
Oh, man, we're spoiled. I cannot wait for this card top to bottom.
6 hour fight companion confirmed.
Yep. Starting right around 5 p.m.
Make sure you guys show up. Share the fight companion. Guys, let's try to hit 1,000 viewers or something crazy. Like, let's fucking blow this the fuck up. Fight companion is where it's at, man. People want to see it. You're going to get the content y'all want. Make sure you're sharing the stream and show up Saturday night. Watch the fights. Drink with us. Smoke with us. Can't fucking wait.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Start
Mace,
at the top.
is Ken going to let us smoke in here?
Ken Dog's gone.
No.
Ken Dog's gone. I've taken care of him.
Oh.
Well.
Okay.
He's just in the
there's
middle
your
of the
Well,
desert.
then we're going to be smoking in here.
He's just tied to a chair in the middle of the fucking woods right now.
Just fit chair in the corner, just tied up, blowing smoke
You just
at
hear
him.
him
Shut up,
bustle. He's
Ken.
like, the fight companion isn't for another week. In the woods all week.
Forget about him. Show up. He's fucking just gone.
Jesus Christ.
It
Oh,
got
that
real
got
dark.
dark.
This is dark. All right.
Let's move on to the main event of the evening. Alexander Volkanovski, Brian Ortega. Alexander Volkanovski is coming in at -162, a +135, and Brian Ortega. Mason, how do you see this main event going?
Dude, okay. So, first and foremost, what Brian Ortega did in his comeback, looking like the Brian Ortega 2.0 is what they commonly refer to after that ass whooping against Max Holloway a couple of years ago. He really went out there and showed tremendous improvements in his striking. However, and obviously we all know this guy's the choke king, man. I mean, he could submit anyone at any time. We've seen it. I've seen it live. I know what Brian Ortega can do. However, I think Alexander Volkanovski is the champ for a reason. I think he's beaten Max Holloway on paper twice. I think Volkanovski goes out there, and I think he wins this fight. I think he gets it done within 3 rounds. I'm going to go either knockout. Yeah, I'm going to go knockout. Knockout, 3rd round.
Guys, let us know in the chat if the audio is still good. We see that the video is clipping, but let us know if the audio is still good. Yeah, so you think Alexander Volkanovski knockout?
I do.
Really? A finish?
I think he finishes him.
So he's just going to be that much better on the feet. Let's see how the takedown defense is, essentially. Let's see if Ortega can take him down, or does Ortega try to strike with Volkanovski? I think he has to, right? You can't just go going with Imanari rolls, taking him down right away. No. I haven't seen the wrestling.
And you can't. You definitely cannot get caught against Alexander Volkanovski. You know, Brian Ortega can't be lazy with those takedowns if that's in fact what he decides to do. You know, I don't know, man. I think Volkanovski is a very special athlete. You know, he played rugby and he was like 205 pounds, and this guy cuts down to fucking featherweight, which is insane.
Can you imagine a 205-pound, 5 foot fucking 4 rugby player?
I know, and fighting at 145, it's absolutely insane. The guy's 22-1. Brian Ortega 15-1. I really do love this matchup. I think either finish. It could go decision. I definitely see that as well, but I don't see Brian Ortega winning this fight.
I don't see Brian Ortega winning it either. I think Volkanovski completely outclasses him on the feet for 5 straight rounds. I'm expecting a 50-45, if not a 50-44, 50-43. Who knows? The way Volkanovski completely outclassed Max Holloway in the first fight, I agreed with that 50-45 by that judge. He outclassed him completely. And for Max Holloway to come back and look even that good in the second, it was very close. Yeah, we all know.
Yeah, the second fight was close.
But Volkanovski was on a whole nother level that night. If that Volkanovski shows up, he is going to piece Brian Ortega up like we've never, like he hasn't been pieced up since the Max Holloway fight.
You know, and no disrespect to anyone else, but there are levels to this game. You know, we saw what Max Holloway and the complete dismantlement of Brian Ortega.
That wasn't even, that was like a child trying to fight a grown-ass man.
And you're talking about Volkanovski, who has beaten Max Holloway twice, looked fantastic in that first fight. I mean, what is Volkanovski going to do to Brian Ortega? Like, that's the way I'm thinking about this.
And you don't see Brian Ortega chain takedowns. Like, you don't see him using his wrestling. You see him using his strikes to set up submission attempts.
He's got a nasty guillotine, though.
He's got a very nasty guillotine. His submissions are insane, but I just don't see it going down to the ground. Like, unless he flying arm bars Volkanovski or flying guillotines him, jumps up in the air and pulls guard or some crazy shit, I don't see Volkanovski giving him even the chance to grab a rear naked choke or something like that. And again, I should probably preface this because I did say KO, but I think it's more going to be like a TKO. We know how tough Brian Ortega is. We know how much damage he can take. But, you know, obviously over time, you can't continue to take that kind of damage. I think that's going to be the same scenario in this fight. I think he's going to take a lot of damage. I'm going to switch from third to fourth. Fourth round. I'm going to go fourth round TKO. It's going to be one of those things where he catches Ortega, he's stumbling, he's on the fence, and then Volkanovski just a flurry of punches and finishes it. Because I just, no disrespect to Brian, but I just don't see where he wins. I wouldn't be shocked
without
if the
crazy submission.
I wouldn't be shocked if the first couple rounds of this fight's a little boring. They're really feeling each other out because it's going to be a very technical matchup. Both of these men are extremely good on the feet. I just think Volkanovski is going to be one step ahead the entire time. Unfortunately for Brian Ortega. So, I mean, at a minus 160, what are we talking for church coin bets? I mean, obviously, me and you are both taking Volkanovski. I'm going to throw 1,000 church coin on him. I'm starting off with a new buy-in, guys. If you're a Patreon subscriber, go and join. I'm going to pick one of you lucky Patreon subscribers, and I'm going to send you guys a t-shirt to buy back in for church coin for the year because I went bankrupt. So unfortunately. But I'm going to throw 1,000 on Volk. Okay. I think it'll be a decent return on minus 160.
Yeah, you know, I got a nice little lead with the church coin. I really do believe in Volkanovski here. I'm laying 2,000 church coin on Volkanovski for the win. Gids?
Honestly, my biggest fear is this is Holloway Ortega, and Ortega just gets pieced up on the feet, and they end up having to stop it in the fifth because he's just punch drunk. But if we remember right, Ortega's striking looked so much better against Chang Sung.
It was levels better.
Like it was so much better compared to where it was at with Max Holloway. So I do think this fight is a little bit closer than I think you're giving it credit for. I would say a 49-47, but I do think Volkanovski wins via decision.
And there, you know, again, there are levels to the striking department between Chan Sung Jung and a guy like Max Holloway.
I agree. Absolutely.
So you are right, and I totally agree with you. Brian Ortega looked phenomenal against Chan Sung Jung. I couldn't believe it. It was like a brand new Brian Ortega. You know, we always say that Brian Ortega 2.0, but again. I think there are, you know, levels, and obviously we're all in agreement.
Max Holloway smokes Chan Sung Jung just like he did like he did against Calvin Kattar, like he did against Ortega. Time. It's just there's levels of this. I agree.
Yeah, I just don't know how Ortega can win this fight. I don't think he can stop him. I don't think his wrestling's good enough to get him down. Maybe if he gets caught in a scramble, maybe he
a
can
crazy scramble, he could
That-
definitely get something.
That's it. But like outside of that, I just don't know how Volkanovski loses his fight outside of like a weird scramble where he just gets caught in something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Volkanovski, same as you, and let's do 1,000 as well. Let's all lose some church coin on this one.
God, I fucking hope we don't. I
Well,
need this.
Tabor, you have to have.
I have.
Yeah, he's gotta
I put
win.
every church coin I have on the line on this
So you
card.
might have to buy back again and buy another Patreon subscriber.
Hey, so both people are getting t-shirts.
I know, dude. You pay $5 a month, you're gonna start getting a bunch of free merch from this guy over
Yes,
here.
I'm just fucking failing left and right. I appreciate that, boys. Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. Valentina Shevchenko coming in at a minus 1,400 to a plus 800.
Wow.
Lauren Murphy. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Easy $100, right?
Can I just start this one off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Valentina, and I'm just gonna put 2,000, and I don't need to say anything else.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's that self-explanatory. Valentina Shevchenko is one of the most dominant champions in the UFC, male or female, period. No one's going to compete with her in this flyweight division. I do believe Lauren Murphy deserves it, and good for her. Like, I think she's worked hard. I think she's done what she needed to do to get this opportunity. But there are levels to this fight game, and Valentina Shevchenko, the bullet, is just leaps and bounds above all of these women in this flyweight division. I don't even think this is competitive. I think Valentina Shevchenko goes out there. She might feel her out for the first round. I'm going second round knockout, and I'm going head kick knockout. She ain't even going to see it coming the same way she did it against Andrade. So that wasn't Andrade.
I thought it was Sheboygan or something.
No, the head kick.
Sheboygan?
I don't remember her name.
No, Valentina Shevchenko, that head kick.
No, I know
That
what
was,
you're talking
that
about.
was Jessica I.
Jessica
okay.
I, yes.
It was a
that's
Jessica.
Right.
You
It
were
wasn't
right.
Jessica
Flatline-
Andrade. Yeah,
that was
Jessica I.
flatlining in the second
I
round.
knew I was wrong as soon as I said that. But yeah,
It's all
no,
right, bro.
it was great.
Yeah, I fucking love Valentina Shevchenko. Like, and it's not often that you're both scared and aroused at the very same time. But every time I watch her fight, it's the truth.
Same.
Yeah, it's the truth. Like, you're both turned on and terrified at the exact same time, which is a feeling you don't always get. But I do when a Valentina Shevchenko fights. I can't fucking wait because this woman, like, Ariana Lipsky has the nickname Queen of Violence. Like, if there's a fucking Queen of Violence, it's Amanda Nunes or Valentina Shevchenko.
Absolutely.
The very top of the game. I don't think there's a better striker in the UFC in terms of women's MMA. You maybe a Rose Namajunas, maybe an Amanda Nunes, but I think Valentina might be the most technical striker in the UFC women's MMA, period. I think first or second round knockout, maybe submission. She is so much better everywhere, better on the feet, kickbox the shit out of you. She will submit the shit out of you. She trains everything. I think she's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's got fantastic judo, takedowns, wrestlings. She's going to beat you up at it everywhere. It doesn't matter what your specialty is. Valentina's better.
What are the odds that we get a Holly Holm situation? Let's just throw it out there.
0%.
0%.
0%. How about this? How about let's make like a gentleman's bet.
Okay, totally fair.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We'll come up with something in the second service. But if Valentina happens to lose, we'll all do something crazy.
All right, that's totally
Well,
fair.
like, go
Valentina
out.
loses, we all do a shoey.
Well,
No, I'm done with
I don't
the
want to
shoe.
use
You
my shoe.
I'm not
fucking
doing a
pussies. It's a shoey.
I'd rather
It's not
do-
a fucking vasectomy.
My shoes are expensive. I don't want to drink
Yeah,
beer for
no,
my shoes.
yeah, no, thank you.
You guys are
on that.
fucking pussies.
Maybe like hold out a sign and be like, I don't know, something embarrassing. We will figure it out. But yeah, there's no way Valentina loses this fight. No way at all.
By the way,
Doesn't
Dana
happen.
is not making Nunes Shevchenko 3, so don't ask. But come on,
Yeah,
man.
let's fucking run it back.
Let's
all right.
please. Like, it was such a good fight both times, and I thought Valentina actually won the second one. It was razor thin fucking close. She was very angry by that decision.
Yeah, she was. She was pissed.
She was pissed off. So, I mean, I would love to see it.
I just don't know why you wouldn't. There's no other fight you could make for either woman.
Other than, like, say Zhang beats Rose and then defends her belt a few times and you move Zhang up to 125, okay, but I think Zhang loses.
I think everybody loses.
I
to
think everybody-
Valentina,
so-
unless your name is Amanda Nunes.
And Rose Namajunas, she's never going to fight Valentina
No.
Shevchenko.
But-
Like, they're best friends, training partners, so.
That
I
would
mean,
be
that's
fun.
literally the last
fun.
time Valentina Shevchenko's fight has been competitive was against Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, and she's actually training in the Pacific Northwest. She was in training in Seattle and Olympia,
Hell
and
yeah,
she
good
was
for
in
her.
Long Beach the other day. So great for good. I love
That's
Valentina.
where you've been, Tabor. You've been
Trying
doing
to
some
find
light
Valentina
talking, bro.
Shevchenko.
Valentina, if I knew where you were, I would have come and said hi. I got a picture. It's like she's a super nice person too. She totally would have done it.
Oh yeah, she definitely would.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, she
When
loves
she
to
ran
fight
up on
fans.
her, she hit.
Yeah, bro, just a fucking head
my
kick
favorite
from hell.
fighter.
Just knocks him cold, falls into
That's
the water.
a TikTok we should put up.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to make that happen.
You mean if I just
head
approach
kick?
her like,
Yeah, if you were just snarling at her and she just fucking spinning roundhouses you and puts you to sleep.
Jeez.
Hey man, that's good entertainment.
Bro, I would take just for the video. I would allow her to head kick me.
I'd
That'd be
take
fun.
a calf kick.
Just to smell her foot.
No, I have no interest in smelling feet.
I do.
Not into that. But I'm sure you do, Tamer. But I just mean like just to make a funny video, like a Patreon exclusive. Like watch me get head kicked by Valentina. Yeah, get
You
sent
just
to the
let her
fucking
flatline
hospital.
you. You take the brain damage for the Patreon.
Yeah,
do for
dude,
the gram,
I would.
brother.
It'd be fun.
That would be funny.
All
That
right.
would be funny.
Be
So
fun.
church coin bets.
Church coin bets, yeah.
I'm gonna put 100 church coin on Lauren Murphy because if fucking by some sort of God's intervention that happens, at least it'll be a decent return for me. I'm totally willing to lose 100 church coin. I'm not gonna spend anything over 1,000 church coin on Valentina because it is not worth the return, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not even going to waste my time here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even going to waste 100 church coin. I'm going to put 100 church coin on Valentina Shevchenko because I don't have a bunch because I'm laying down everything that I got on this card. So I'm just going to lay 100 church coin on Valentina Shevchenko in minus 1,400. I'll win 6. Whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Kids?
So Valentina.
I said 2,000. I'm
that's
just gonna
right,
keep
that's
putting
right,
it on her. At least I'll get one right.
You'll get like maybe a little over 100 church coin.
Hey, I'll take it. It's positive, baby.
Easy,
We're
easy
moving
money,
up.
man.
It's in,
easy
the
money.
plus. It's in the plus. Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. No, I'm just joking. Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler 2, the rematch we've all been waiting for. Rematch 10 years in the making. No, 20 years in the making.
Wild.
Yeah,
So
so
wild.
maybe
Crazy
not
is
the
that.
rematch we've been waiting for.
Well, if we've been waiting, we were waiting.
We've been waiting
since we
20
were like
fucking
5,
years for
6
this
years
shit.
old. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's so funny. I mean, never in a million years did I ever think we'd see this, but I thank goodness we are for 5 fucking rounds, by the way.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wild.
Seems unnecessary.
It's very unnecessary. Like
But I love it.
I love it too.
love
Violence, just
Give me a
violence,
Diaz 5 rounds any day of the week, and I'm tuning into that.
Absolutely. At 170 pounds, unranked matchup. Both of them are coming in at a minus 110 pick'em fight. Mason, how do you see this going?
Well, Robbie Lawler's a savage in his own right. He's been through wars in the UFC, but I got to go with Nick Diaz here. It's his return after 4 years. He's a cardio king. He's gonna out pressure. I like Nick Diaz. Like, I don't know how the fight's gonna go. I don't know what kind of shape Nick Diaz is in. I don't know if he's been training for this fight, but I'm not betting against a Diaz brother. I refuse to do it. So for me, it's pretty easy at a pick'em at a minus 110 apiece. I like Nick Diaz here. I am gonna lay down 2,000 church coin on Nick Diaz for the win.
Wow.
Kids, I'm going to let you go.
Oh, you fucker.
All right, I'll go then. So I just don't know what I'm expecting to see.
Yeah, exactly. I've
You
no
know?
idea. No
I
idea.
mean, I know what Robbie Lawler is going to show up because it's been consistent and he's been active. I just don't know what Nick Diaz is going to show up. I mean, how long has it been since he's been out? Like 8 years or some shit?
been
Almost
4.
no, it's been a decade.
It's been 10 years since
It's
the
almost
Anderson
been a
Silva
full
fight?
decade.
I thought that was like 2013. or something.
2012, 2011.
Oh my
It's like when
goodness,
the last
dude.
fight happened.
What?
Yeah, he fought Anderson Silva. Remember that?
Oh my God, it's been a decade already?
It's been,
Yes.
I think so. I think it was December of 2011 or December of
Wow.
2012. So it's either 9 years or a decade.
That's insane.
That's
man.
fucking crazy, dude. I don't know what to expect. I mean, but look at Nate took a big long layoff, and then he came back and beat
Not
Anthony
10
Pettis.
years.
Not 10
True.
years, yeah. Wow, 10 years.
Yeah. It's just-
Anderson
I
Silva.
just don't know what to expect.
Okay, so it was 6 years ago, January
Oh,
31st, 2015. It was
okay.
against Anderson Silva.
Oh, wow.
That's
I
not
was-
as bad,
I
but
was
still,
way
it's
off.
been a long time.
But
still,
he did have a big hiatus. He fought the fight before that was George St. Pierre, March 16, 2013,
Oh,
at UFC
wow, I was-
150.
yes, because it was a long layoff in between. So I just don't know what's going to show up. Is the ring rust going to be a factor here? I mean, people say ring rust is a conspiracy theory. It's a fucking mentality thing that people just have to get over. It's a mental hurdle. I just don't know what's going to happen. Nick Diaz, is he going to have that cardio? I think so. I mean, the Diaz brothers are historically known for having fantastic
Absolutely.
cardio. So hopefully that sticks with. I just don't know what to expect, man. But I think at a pick 'em, fuck it. I'm going to throw 2,000 church coin on Nick Diaz as well. I'm going to match you, Mason, just because I don't see Robbie Lawler outpacing Nick. I think Nick uses that old school style of his where he just keeps constantly coming in your face and throwing shots. He's not going for the knockout right off the bat, but you know what? He's going to fucking pepper your face and he's going to keep you on your back foot. And if you don't even have time to react and set up a punch, you're going to lose every single time. So I'm going Nick Diaz. I think the cardio is going to hold up, and I just hope the Nick Diaz of old comes and shows up, because if not, I think he gets flatlined by Robbie Lawler. So
Hopefully not.
I'm excited to see it. 2,000 church coin, Nick Diaz.
I hate picking this fight.
Yeah.
I want them both to win so badly.
I know.
Because,
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean.
I want Robbie Lawler to win because it's been 3 straight losses. He hasn't looked great.
And that's a rough one to
And
go out on if you lose.
If he wins this fight, he can go right off into the sunset like a cowboy who won his, final draw, whatever the fuck a cowboy does.
Cowboy loses 3 straight and then draws Nikhil Price,
That's a good MMA joke, if we're being honest.
It's a great
That's fantastic.
That was smart. That was really good. That was really good.
I'm glad we had that. See?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. The Nick thing, 6 years off. He didn't look great in the Anderson fight. I don't even know what to expect from him. He also lost his last 3. Even though the Anderson fight wasn't a loss, it was he smoked weed, so they turned it to a fucking no contest, which is always horse shit.
Then they tried ruining his career.
I'll go Robbie Lawler because you both picked Nick, but fuck, man, I don't know. So I'll do Robbie Lawler and I'll do 1,000.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Powerful. All right. Curtis Blades versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Curtis Blades coming in at a minus 310 favorite, while Jairzinho Rozenstruik on the other side at a plus 250. Tabor, how do you see this one shaking out?
I think Jairzinho Rozenstruik lands a fucking crazy strike and knocks Curtis Blades out. I just don't see it happening. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Jairzinho Rozenstruik get dominated and planted on his back for 2 straight fucking rounds and then land some crazy flying knee or crazy switch kick, crazy light pussy punch jab, but still knocks Curtis Blades out. Anything can happen in this wild sport, and I think he gets dominated for 2.5 rounds and then lands the KO. I am liking Jairzinho Rozenstruik at a plus 250. This is a horrible matchup for him, but an easy one. He can win. Blades is looking a little chinny after those Ngannou fights. Who knocked him out last?
Derek Lewis knocked him out with that vicious uppercut.
So, I mean, is this chin going to hold up? I mean, Rozenstruik's got 1-punch knockout power also, and he's one of the most technical strikers we've seen in the heavyweight division since Cyril gone. I'd say he's obviously not as technical as him, but he is just maybe a few notches below. On the feet, he's going to land. He just needs to keep it on the feet. Let's see if that takedown defense is good enough. I think he gets dominated for a little bit and then gets the KO. 200 church coin on Rozenstruik.
Okay. Yeah, I got to be honest here. I absolutely love the value here on Jairzinho Rozenstruik at a plus 250, which is pretty wild. That bug, dude, scared me.
No, I see it.
I didn't know if it was a spider or something. I wasn't dealing with that. But no, I love the value here at a plus 250 for Jairzinho Rozenstruik, especially the history of Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is a great heavyweight. He's a great fighter. And when he utilizes his ground game, he is dominant. But he gets caught. Francis Ngannou caught him twice. We just saw Derek Lewis with that vicious uppercut sleep him. So it only takes one shot. And if you land right on Curtis Blades, you know he's going to go out as a matter of fact at a plus 250. I can't pass up those odds with a knockout artist like Jairzinho Rozenstruik here, who just knocked out Augusto Sakai in like the last 2 seconds of round 1 not too long ago. So I love Jairzinho Rozenstruik here. I am laying 2,000 church coin down on Rozenstruik for the win.
Alrighty then. Gids.
Wow, that was fuck. You guys keep fucking. So the odds for Rozenstruik is plus 250, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The odds are unbeatable here. But because you both did this to me again, I will fucking take Curtis Blades because I need to make back some church coin. Look, this is the fight. This is a fight he should win. This is a fight that he walks in there, and if he grinds him out the way he can, this should be an easy, 30-27 fight for him. So that's what I'm going to hope for. I will go Blades, and I will do 750 church coin.
All right. So the opener on the main card, Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. Jessica Andrade coming in at a heavy favorite, minus 280 favorite, while Cynthia on the other side coming in at a plus 230 underdog. Tabor, how do you see this one shake
Well,
out?
we all know how this is going to happen. Jessica Andrade is going to march forward like a fucking behemoth and throw those massive hooks, throw those massive straights, throw that massive overhand right. And does it land and does it knock out Calvillo? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Calvillo's got fantastic footwork and she can fight going backwards. She's a very technical striker. She's got great kicks as well. She's very fast. I'll give her the speed advantage over Jessica Andrade, but it only takes one with Jessica Andrade, especially at 125 pounds. There's a reason why she's coming in at a minus 280. She might get the finish, but I'm actually leaning Calvillo. I really like the odds here at a plus 230. I think Calvillo pieces her apart for 3 rounds straight. I think she finds a way to fight backwards better. She's going to be the more technical fighter. She's going to be a little lighter on her feet. And I think that's all you really need to beat the Jessica Andrade, unless she goes for a big takedown. But Calvillo is very well versed off her back as well. She's got great takedown defense. I'm leaning Cynthia Calvillo, and I'm going to put 200 church coin on her.
All right. Yeah, for me, after watching Cynthia Calvillo, Caitlin Chikagian won via decision just last year. I really like Jessica Andrade here. I think she's a bulldog, a pit bull. She just marches forward. She will try to connect. She will continue to throw. She's got tremendous cardio. And I just think she's going to overwhelm Cynthia here. I think it'll be a really good win for Jessica Andrade and a win that she needs, especially coming in at a heavy favorite here to minus 280. So I'm going to lay 2,800 church coin on Andrade for the win here. I really like the favorite on this fight.
Kids.
All right. Well, this one I'm going to stay with you guys. Andrade, she is just a fucking monster. She's going to march her down the entire fight. Eventually, she's going to land one of those massive hooks. The only way, let's just do Andrade. I'm not going to draw this out longer than I need to. And then we'll do 1,000 church coin on Andrade.
Yep.
All right, moving on. I cannot wait for this. The main event prelim here. This might be one of my most anticipated fights on this card. No joke. Marlon Moraes versus Merab Dvalishvili. This is set to be a fantastic fight. Marlon Moraes coming in at a plus 190 underdog as Merab Dvalishvili coming in at a minus 230 favorite. Tabor, how do you see this one going down, and who do you have for this main event, prelim main event?
What do you call him? The Energizer Bunny?
I call him the Energizer Bunny, man. Merab Dvalishvili.
He's going to take you down, and then you're going to get back up. Yep. And then he's going to take you down, and then you're going to get back up maybe. And then he's going to take you down again. And then, hey, guess what? Second round. Oh, fuck, I just got my ass kicked.
Yep.
Then he's going to take you down, and you might not get back up. And then he's going to grind you in the fucking mat, and then he's going to submit your ass. This man is a fucking savage freak on the ground. He is one of the best wrestlers we have at 135 pounds right now. I think he is the new hope for this division. I'm not going to compare him to Khabib or anything because just, the level of the wrestling isn't quite there. But it's some of the best in the division. Yeah, I really do believe this man can take anybody down and grind them into the fucking mat. And he will not stop. He has the best cardio at 135 pounds, which is something that you cannot say too easily. Can you name another guy who can go like Merab right now at 135 pounds?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't. And
I don't
Merab
think
just
so.
genuinely does not get tired.
Does not get tired. He can fight 5 straight fucking rounds,
and
constantly taking you down.
Can I bring another point up against Marlon Moraes too? Like when he was the shit, when he was the guy, he had not been through the adversity that we have seen him since. Mm-hmm. When Marlon Moraes gets through adversity, you see something in him and it withers. He starts second guessing his capabilities, his talents. He's such a tremendous fighter, but I feel like he doesn't have that confidence when he gets into those deep, murky waters in the late rounds of his fights, and you see that kind of just fade away. For me, when you got a guy like Merab in front of your face who just
chains
stares,
takedowns and throws massive combinations.
He stares through you.
Nonstop pressure.
Yeah, I think this is terrible news for Marlon Moraes. Unless he were to crazily knock out Merab, I don't see that happening. I think Merab wins via decision here. I think he just takes him down.
I think it's going to be complete domination.
Yeah, and I think Moraes is going to get tired, and it's not going to be good for him. So for me, I'm going to lay down 2,300 church coin on Merab for the win here at a minus 230.
Yeah, I'm also laying 2,000 church coin down on Merab. I just don't see anybody competing it with him right now. even if he doesn't get the takedown, he will push you up against the fence, and then he will grind away. He will get his trips. He will set something up, or he'll work with the striking. He's got very good hands, and he's getting better and better with the boxing. He throws great combinations. He's got very fast hands. So Merab all the way, dude. I really do think we're looking at a future champion at 135 pounds here.
Absolutely.
You fucking guys fucking killing me. So Marlon Moraes is a plus 210. I'm just going to take the underdog. I'll throw 500 on there.
He's a plus 190 on ours.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. On the ESPN one, he's plus 210, but that's fine no matter what. Yeah, I'll take the underdog. I'll put 500 on him. I don't think he's going to win, but just playing the odds here.
All right, let's move on to the next matchup. Dan Hooker coming in at minus 172, a plus 145. Nasrat has crossed. This is, I've totally butchered that last name, but it's essentially Kelvin Gastelum at 155 pounds, Middle Eastern Kelvin Gastelum. They look just like each other, dude. Like, they're literally twins. It's so funny. But, yeah. And he fights just like him, too. He throws wild strikes, and he's very good on the ground as well. But he has struggled as of late. This is a good fight for Dan Hooker to finally get a comeback victory over. I am leaning Dan Hooker all day. There's a reason why he's a plus 170. I'm going to throw 500 church coin on Dan Hooker, probably by first round KO. He is just that much better on the feet. I do not see Nasrat, Kelvin Gastelum hanging with Dan Hooker on the feet here.
Yeah, no, this one's pretty easy for me to, Nasrat got knocked out by Drew Dober last year as well in the first round. I think Dan Hooker just beats him to a pulp. I think this one's pretty easy here. At a minus 170 favorite, I'm going to lay 1,700 church coin down on Dan Hooker for the win.
I would say a sneaky candidate for fight of the night, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think this fight could be a fucking banger. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Hooker with you guys. This is the perfect fight for him to relaunch himself back into like the meat of this division. He obviously needs this win really bad, coming off a couple of losses. This fight feels like it's perfect for him. So we'll do Dan Hooker, and I will do 750 church coin on this one.
All right.
Closing statements.
Shout-outs?
Shout-outs.
This one's really easy this week. He won't hear it for probably 10 weeks, but my shout-out is to Logan Knight. My brother just officially shipped off. He's in the military now. Good for him. Really happy that he's serving this country. I know something that he's always wanted to do his whole life, and he finally went out there and put one foot in front of the other and said, okay, I'm going to do it. So he is at basic right now, and I wish him nothing but the best. Love you, bud.
Shout out to Logan Knight. Thank you for your service, my guy.
Sir.
My shout out, it's going to be a strange one, but actually it really isn't. It's a well-deserved one. My shout outs to you, Gids.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to you, my guy. Wow. Thank you for fucking sticking around and being consistent on this podcast, and we appreciate it. You've really elevated the quality of the show, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. So shout out to you, my guy.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you letting me be a part of it.
Yeah. So as we were saying, guys, Fight Companion coming soon. This Saturday, probably around 5 p.m. We will be live streaming a few of the prelims. We will be talking a bunch of crazy stuff. Tune in. Who do we have on the podcast for that? Is it Zach?
Zach. Yep. Zach Lacey's going to be here. Gideon's going to be on the podcast as well. I got to find someone to run the ones and twos, but I will get that figured out.
McKiley can't?
I don't think she can this weekend. And Logan's gone, so I'll find someone. I'll make it work. I'll make it happen.
You hit up Devin or something.
Yeah. Someone.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody that showed up. Thank you, everybody that is here right now. If you are here, guys, hit the like button, okay? It really helps with the YouTube algorithm.
It really does.
Make sure you comment down below. And thank you for everything you guys have done. TheChurchofMMA.com, guys.
Absolutely.
Check it out. All right. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at The Church of MMA. Guys, we're posting funny memes. We're trying to make you guys laugh. Hit us up.
Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Break your keyboard. Get it done, guys. We're looking forward to the Fight Companion next week. And be sure to tune in to The Church of MMA podcast. My name is Mason Knight. That is David Cragen. Until next time.
Peace.